Some very interesting footage emerged this week before the US election of Prime Minister Anthony Albanese speaking about President Trump during his first term as president. This was back when Albo was a frontbencher in Bill Shorten's Labor opposition. So he had a pretty senior political position even back then. He was speaking at a political forum during the Splendor in the Grass music festival. Have a listen to what he said.
Have an alliance with the US, we've got to deal with him, but that doesn't mean that you're uncritical about it. He scares out of me. And I think it's of some concern that the leader of the free world thinks that you can conduct politics through 140 characters on Twitter.
Wow. Very respectful commentary there from our now Prime Minister about the leader of our most important global ally. Albo will need to change his tune, although I reckon he won't be our Prime Minister much longer, so when Trump gets sworn in late January, there'll only be a few months of crossover, if that. But someone else who probably should be politely asked to step aside from his position is the Australian ambassador to the United States and former Labor Prime Minister Kevin Rudd. He's very happy to regularly express the dominant woke view on Trump in public to fit in with all the cool kids in Washington. I get the feeling he probably never did fit in his school days. That's all well and good, Kevin, but now that President Trump is about to become the sitting president again, you might need to do the honourable thing and step aside, mate, in the interests of our nation. Here's how the ABC reported on some of the things that Mr. Rudd has said in the past.
Is the most destructive president in history and a traitor to the West. That's not all the former Prime Minister has had to say in the past.
Are Americans happy with Trump being in power?
Mr. Rudd's previously defended his criticisms, arguing they were made in his capacity as an independent think tanker.
I haven't done them as the Australian ambassador to the United States. And frankly, in this country as independent think tanker, people expect you to exercise a wide latitude of engagement in the public policy debate.
What? Just string a few important sounding words together and sound all officially, and you can just bluff your way through anything. Yes, people expect think tankers to exercise a wide latitude of engagement in the public policy debate. What the heck does that mean? I don't think Americans expect you to dump on their president that badly and that often in your role as a think tanker, mate, whatever that is. In any case, you may remember the interview that Trump did with Nigel Farage earlier this year in which he addressed Rudd's comments. I'm not sure he knew who Farage was talking about, frankly, but he addressed them anyway.
The AUKUS deal that's in place on nuclear submarines, America, the UK, Australia, very, very important deal. It's there to try and combat that huge growth, naval growth in China. But now, of course, things have changed in Australia. We've got a Labour government in Australia. The previous ambassador, Joe Hockey, I think was quite a good friend of yours. You got on pretty well with him. Now they've appointed Kevin Rudd, former Labour MP. I mean, he has said the most horrible things. You were a destructive president, a traitor to the West, and he's now Australia's ambassador in Washington.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Would you take a phone call from him?
He won't be there long if that's the case. I don't know much about him. I heard he was a little bit nasty. I hear he's not the brightest bulb, but I don't know much about him. But if he's at all hostile, he will not be there long.
Now, Kevin Rudd late this week decided to delete all of his old tweets about Donald Trump. He probably got some PR advice that if he was going to do that, then he should probably announce it and not hide it. So he made an announcement, but I can't get away from the feeling that I think he might just, like the attention in a certain sense. The only thing that really remains to be seen is what kind of character Kevin Rudd actually has and is. Is he the kind of person, is he the kind of man who will put country before personal ego and status? Will he step aside gracefully now that the American people have carefully voted resoundingly for Mr. Trump to be their leader yet again? I wonder. If you have a Netflix or other streaming media account from a global company and you're on holidays and log in from another country, you may have noticed that shows that are available in those other countries are different. That's because different media companies have different deals with different streaming services in different countries. Imagine being able to log into Netflix, though, as if you were in America, or maybe a country that speaks a language other than English that you speak, to access more shows, but you can do it all without leaving your couch here in Australia. Well, there is a way. There is a way. Private Internet Access VPN is a virtual private network. You download their app onto your phone, your TV, your computer, whatever you use, and it'll route your data through a different server location. Not only can you access more content, but a VPN keeps you safe and secure and your family safe so that you can't be tracked by prying eyes of big government and big corporations. And it will not massively slow down your internet speeds or make it harder to use your devices like some other VPNs do. Private Internet Access, PIA VPN. It's quick and easy to install, and once you've downloaded it, that is pretty much it. And the great news is if you sign up for PIA VPN, you are also helping the other side heaps and getting great value for money as well. And you can sign up using our special Other Side code for less than $3 a month. That's a whopping 83% off the normal price, and you'll get the first 4 months free. Just go to piavpn.com/otherside right now to get our special deal. That's piavpn.com/otherside. If you like that clip, there's more where that came from in our full show, The Other Side. You can watch it right here, the latest episode. And please subscribe to our channel by pressing the subscribe button right here or down here. And remember to click that notification bell too. It all helps. Join us and become part of The Other Side.